Good evening, ladies and gents, girls and boys. Danny Stewart here for BassJapanDirect.com with another Naked Sound review, and today I've got this old 1972 Greco. I believe it's the JB420, so it would have been about 42,000 Japanese yen back in the day. As ever, great neck, interesting grip on this one. It's a little bit more V-shaped. Yeah, more or less. But it's got a pretty thin nut. I think that's like 38 millimeters, or maybe it's 40 at the most. So it's a fairly slim jazz neck, and pickups are most likely Maxons. I mean, this is an early one, so this would have been the Matsumoto Musical Instrument Alliance that assembled this, and it was probably Matsumoku that made the neck. It looks like a Matsumoku neck. It's got good fretwork actually, yeah, it's much like the other Greco of the era. That was slightly higher. You got the cheaper ones had a three-piece neck. Also, still a bloody good neck actually. So this one's a one-piece neck, and it's got the small footprint tuners, which were that's that's one of the characteristics of the early ones, the early 70s builds, and it plays great, actually. The action is wonderful. So this is with the tone up. Pretty crispy, isn't it? So, and the body on this one is, it's like quite thick pieces of ply. So, it's not really technically ply in the sense of plywood that you see down at the hardware store. It's more like just sandwich, just pieces of agathis, Asian mahogany, and at the top and back, I think, are maple. Yeah, I mean, because it's not solid pieces of wood, the tone is not quite as good as what you're going to get if you've got like a two-piece body, for example, or a three-piece body. But this is, it's probably about 4 or 5 layers. Looking inside, I can see 4 or 5 layers of wood. It looks like I said, it looks like the mahogany agathis combo. But I mean, it plays great. Now we're on the rear pickup. That's with the tone up. I think that sounds pretty nice. Let's go with the tone down. And this is with just standard gauge round wound nickel strings. These are the Bacchus ones that I usually use, and I think it's yeah, I think it's pretty acceptable sound, you know. And then let's go on the front pickup, the tone down, and just. So that's playing a little bit of palm mute. Let's do open finger style near the neck. Let's add the tone. So, rock it out a bit. The truss is still healthy. Truss axis is down here. And this is the original. Everything's original on this. So I haven't routed truss axis in the pickguard, but if you decided to buy this bass, it's free to just have the truss axis opened up. I'll do that for free. I recommend it. It's much better just to be able to make minor adjustments to the neck. Right now it's great. I think this might even go down as low as a millimeter if you pushed it. You know, if you just found the sweet spot between the truss relief or tension or whatever you want to call it, and the saddles on the bridge. There's still a little bit more room to go down on the bridge saddles. There's still plenty more room on the truss to tighten it. Although, even having said that, the neck has a minimal relief at the moment. It will choke out if you push it any further, which is a good thing because it means there's still life in this neck. Yeah, you know, that's the great thing about these things. The necks were often so ruggedly made that they last decades. Well, this thing's almost 50 years old. Bloody hell. You know, so great stuff there. That's it. That's the Greco, what I believe is the JB420 from the early 70s.